And look, we will do battle with Mayor Khan in the 32 London boroughs that are up for election next May.
Nigel Farage just left SADIQ Khan speechless. You're not going to believe what just happened. In one of the most talked about exchanges of the week, Nigel Farage, the man who never shies away from confrontation, just left London Mayor SADIQ Khan completely speechless, with one perfectly timed sentence. And no, this wasn't some edited clip or social media exaggeration. It happened live, right in front of cameras, during a heated panel discussion on London's rising costs, immigration policies, and leadership accountability. For a few seconds, you could literally feel the tension through the screen. Farage leaned forward, calm but sharp, and dropped a single line that flipped the entire conversation. The audience gasped. The moderator froze. And Khan, well, he didn't have an answer. The debate, hosted on GB News, was meant to tackle one of the UK's biggest ongoing issues: how national and local leaders are handling London's current challenges. From public safety to transport strikes to housing, emotions were already running high. Nigel Farage, representing a growing wave of voters frustrated with both Labour and the Conservatives, didn't waste time setting the tone. He accused political leaders of living in a bubble and talking down to ordinary people. Khan countered immediately, calling Farage's rhetoric divisive and detached from reality. But Farage wasn't finished. He'd been waiting for that moment. That's when he paused, looked Khan directly in the eye, and said, "SADIQ, if Londoners feel ignored, it's not because of what I've said, it's because of what you've done." Silence. Khan blinked, opened his mouth, tried to respond, and nothing came out. It was the kind of unscripted television moment that makes headlines for days, not because it was rude, but because it hit a nerve. Now, before anyone rushes to pick sides, here's why this moment struck such a chord across Britain. For months, tensions between SADIQ Khan and Nigel Farage have been building. Farage has accused Khan of failing to listen to the real London, while Khan has fired back, labeling Farage's comments as dangerous populism. But this wasn't just political sparring, this was personal. The two men represent completely different visions for Britain's future. Farage, the outspoken nationalist who thrives on controversy and speaks directly to disaffected voters. And Khan, the progressive mayor focused on inclusion, climate, and reform, who often finds himself accused of being too soft on issues like crime and cost of living. So when they finally clashed live on air, sparks were inevitable. What made it unforgettable, though, was how the tone shifted after that sentence. Farage didn't raise his voice. He didn't throw insults. He just stated what millions of frustrated Londoners have been saying quietly for months: that they feel ignored, unseen, and unheard by those in power. Within minutes of the broadcast ending, social media was flooded with reactions. One viewer tweeted, "Whatever you think of Farage, that line was brutal. He said what everyone's been thinking." Another posted, "Khan looked stunned. It's about time someone held him accountable on live TV." But not everyone agreed. Supporters of the mayor came out swinging, accusing Farage of cheap theatrics and playing to the crowd. One Labour councillor wrote, "That wasn't a debate, it was a performance designed to go viral." Even political journalists couldn't resist weighing in. A Sky News analyst noted, "Farage knows exactly how to craft moments that stick. This was deliberate: one punchline, one pause, and suddenly he's trending." And trending he was. The hashtag Farage vs. Khan climbed to the top of X, formerly Twitter, within hours. YouTube clips of the exchange racked up hundreds of thousands of views, with captions like "Farage silences Khan" and "Khan caught off guard." But let's look beyond the viral moment. Because the reason this exchange exploded isn't just about what Farage said, it's about what it revealed. For years now, London has become a political battlefield. Rising crime, unaffordable housing, congestion charges, and cultural divisions have turned it into a mirror of Britain's wider identity crisis. Farage, ever the strategist, understands that frustration. Every time he appears on air, he positions himself as the voice of those who aren't being listened to. And this time, it worked. That one sentence, "It's not because of what I've said, it's because of what you've done," landed because it summarized an entire argument in just 12 words. It cut through the policy jargon, the political spin, the endless data points, and went straight to emotion. Even Khan supporters quietly admitted afterward that the moment caught him off guard. One Labour insider told The Telegraph, "Sadiq's team wasn't expecting Farage to stay so calm. They prepared for aggression, not subtlety. That's what threw him." Still, it's worth noting Farage's critics aren't backing down either. They argue that he's a master of performance, not policy. That his strength lies in rhetoric, not solutions. And they're right in a way. Farage doesn't need to win every argument. He just needs to own the moment. That's what he did here. Because in the age of viral clips and social media algorithms, politics isn't just about policy papers anymore, it's about perception. And perception can change everything. So what happens next? Well, Khan's office has already released a carefully worded statement downplaying the exchange. It reads, "The mayor stands by his record and will continue focusing on delivering for Londoners, not engaging in media theatrics." Farage, on the other hand, has leaned into the moment, reposting the clip with the caption, "Sometimes the truth doesn't need shouting." That post alone has over 2.3 million views as of this morning. One moment. One line. One pause. In a political landscape full of noise, Nigel Farage managed to do what few can: turn silence into power. And as viewers keep replaying that viral clip, one question remains. If a single sentence can shake the country's political conversation, what happens when election season arrives? Because if this was just a debate, the real showdown is still to come.